Off-road guy here today. I wanted to show you the install of these Dynaloc locking hubs from Dynaloc. As you can see, I've been wanting to get a set of these for quite a while. They look really nice. I like how, if you see how low profile they are, I actually measured them. They're 1/2 inch, and that means that much less sticking out from your hub. I'm going to be installing them on the Dodge today, which already has a free spin kit, and it has the mile marker. This is a spyntech free spin kit, and they came with mile marker hubs. And I measured this one, and even though this one is lower profile, it's lower profile than the one on the locking hubs on my Blazer. It's still 1 inch thick. The Dynalocs are supposed to be some of the strongest on the market. I'm going to be repacking the wheel bearings. I'm not going to show you that. That's just some common boring stuff that everybody should know how to do. But I'm going to show you, I have stage 8 hub nuts in here. I'll take and show you those to you when I take it all apart. One of the best things I like about this free spin kit is because Dodge puts the bolts in from the backside of the backside. They come through. You're able to unbolt the hub as a whole unit without really having to undo the wheel bearings or anything else. You're able to undo it really quick and easy and pull the whole thing out. So I just unbolted it, put it on the bench, and I'll undo the bearings and pull the hub off right here on the bench instead of having to do it on the truck. And then I want to also show you the mile marker kit. I don't know, I don't think it's built quite as good as, I think that's anodized aluminum. I haven't had any problems with it, but it's not built quite as good as the Dynaloc, which I'll show you here in a little bit. Just wanted to show you the stage 8 hub nut and how it works. So I'm going to take it apart real quick. I put it together on my hub here that I unbolted from the... Take it apart and show you. And then with this, the one thing I thought was cool is that you can use your snap ring pliers now to, although it's easy, a little harder with one hand. As you see how it has two holes there, so you can grip it with. And then the last thing is the washer. So, I figured I'd show you that, so if you're interested or liked it. I like it because I think it's a lot simpler and more secure than the, say, a standard Dana 60 hub nut setup, which is what this just takes. A lot of parts on this free spin kit are same as a Dana 60. I have a Dana 60 in my Chevy Blazer. That the wheel bearings are the same. You figure I have a 30 spline in my Blazer, the front of my Blazer, the 30 spline stub shaft in the front of my Blazer. So obviously that's the only difference between the locking hub setup. But when I eventually do change over to a 35 spline stub shaft, it'll take the exact same locking hub as this free spin kit for my Dodge. Alright, here's all the pieces to the locking hub. First thing I did was I took and put the O-ring on that piece and put a little grease on it. And I'll take and install install it down. So that puts, and then next I'll start installing in. Alright, first thing we do is we take and put this spacer in, which I've lubed up. Next is this washer, which has this machined out surface, which goes in. Okay. Next piece to do it is, which I need to put a little lube on this, a little grease on this, is you have to put it together with grease. I've got some of it greased up, but I need to grease up more so that grease. Which this bushing, I read in the direction, I guess if you have an older one, they didn't always have this bronze bushing. This is new. So take and put this, which is actually your engagement and disengagement section with the spring. Put it in next. Next part is a little bit of a pain because it's this spread out lock ring, which you have to take and work it around into place. Which is really easy to take out, but it's harder to install. All right, next section, these two pieces, which I need a little more lube on them, a little more grease. Goes in. Then for the keeper, okay, pause. All right, and I've installed the O-ring on here on this side. And you saw me install this earlier with the O-ring in here. So the other thing that needs to be done is you see the X for locked. X means locked, O unlocked. The Dynaloc C needs to be next to the X for locked. I need to put a little more lube on it, more grease. As you can see right now, that's the one thing about the Dynaloc. See how it's the axle shaft locked? So if this thing messes up, it goes to lock. If something goes wrong inside for the mechanism, then okay, and the last steps are to torque these 3 screws to 60 inch-pounds, which I torqued them to that so I can see how tight it is with my Allen wrench. Because obviously if you're out on the road or something or on the trail, you're not going to have a torque wrench with you. I don't carry one with me. One thing I do notice about it, even though The put together is complicated, at least more complicated than the original one. Turning it sure a lot smoother. My old one was really quite tough to turn between lock and unlock. But as you can see, you can see how the difference between, it's about a ½ inch difference, stick out. Now these mile markers aren't that bad. It wasn't, and it's not there. I didn't think they're that bad of a locking hub overall. I just don't like some of the operations. You have to make sure you put, if you look at you have to make sure you put that in the right direction this way to get it to work properly. For, if you see, it's like, see how these pieces sticking up? When I was messing with things, doing adjustments and taking things apart, I noticed that there was a couple times to put it together quite a little off. So, but in conclusion, I like the Dynaloc. I think they're a lot cleaner, a lot nicer looking hub, a lot smoother, definitely lower profile. And so if you like this video, watch me on YouTube and Facebook. Thanks. Till the next video.